Hello everyone. This is my first video in a journey of me submitting my Pokemon trading cards to PSA for the first time to see what grade I can get from them. These cards were originally graded by HGA and they have since been taken out of the acrylic cases. Unfortunately, not perfectly. I did damage a few cards, which I'll show you soon. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk you through what the history of these cards and kind of capture their state before I submit them to PSA so we can see what it'll look like. So today for me is September 19th, 2025. So these cards have been taken out of their acrylic casing already. Unfortunately, I didn't capture that content. If you are interested in this journey and you want to encourage more content from me, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I would love to know whether you'd be interested in this type of content, and I'll continue to record not only key parts, but maybe the smaller bits in between so everyone's a little bit more knowledgeable on what's happening to me and the state of PSA. So these cards, to give you some insight, I've had these since I was a child. I had collected Pokemon cards. These cards that you'll see here today, they're from the late 90s, early 2000s. I was around 10 to 12 years old at the time. Fortunately, I kept a lot of these cards in storage, and I had a few years ago been afforded the opportunity to work with a friend of mine to sell some Pokemon cards, which we did. However, we kept a few for myself, and these are some of them, to get an experience outside of PSA. A few years back that my friend of mine, shout out to Kyle, had sent these into HGA, and they did come back in acrylic cases, and I'll walk through the grades that I received, and then I'll show you some of the damage I incurred taking them out of the acrylic cases that you see PSA and HGA send them back in. Currently, disclaimer, HGA is not accepting any type of Pokemon card, maybe even any collectibles you can see on their website as they're going through a restructuring, and they've been doing it for some time. So you will not be able to get cards traded in through HGA at this time, but at a few years back it was still able to be done because this was during a little bit after COVID, where it was really hard to get cards graded in a reasonable time at PSA. So I'm going to walk you through the cards. I'll show you the grades. I'll show you some of the damages I incurred taking out of the plastic cases. And if you want to see what that process is like, I highly encourage you to look at other content creators' YouTube videos on how to take Pokemon cards out of those acrylic cases. Definitely requires some tools, and it's a scary process, and I'll show you why, because I do have some damages on some of the cards. So this Lugia here was given HGA as a 8.5, and you can see it's got some knocks on the surface. So what I notice on this Lugia, it's a first edition Neo Genesis Lugia, is you could see some horizontal etching on the holograph part of the card. If I can get a good angle for you. I'm not sure whether I had done that as a child or that was just a natural print error, but you'll see some horizontal scratches across the card. They're kind of pretty even, so that's why I think it might be, in fact, a print error, but I was a young kid, so I could see myself damaging these cards. So I'm hoping I can get a pretty good grade out of PSA, because this one has some good value to it. So hopefully I can take advantage of the collector's market and get a good value out of this one. And some of the other cards that I do have another Lugia. This one's not a first edition. And boy, did this one incur some damage taken out of the acrylic case. So HSA originally had graded this one an 8. Looks like a big knock on surface there, but I did something bad. So you can see Lugia right next to his head by his arm. You can see you see that dent, you see that line right there on the arm? Yep, that was me. Trying to pry these out of the acrylic cases, I had a flathead screwdriver right on the darn thing. So unfortunately, that's going to take a big hit in value on me making that little dent on there. So fortunately, this was one of the first few I practiced trying to take out of those acrylic cases. And, you know, I waited till I got adept at doing it before I went ahead and took this one out, the first edition. So this is one of the cards that I know got some damage, and I have a Raikou I'll show you too. So here's a Typhlosion that I have, another first edition from the Neo Genesis set. This one's in pretty good shape. So HGA gave it 8.5, and we'll see what PSA goes ahead and gives me when I send them in. Another Typhlosion, also part of the Neo Genesis set. This one's number 17 instead of 18. An 8.5 was given by HGA, and we'll see what PSA goes ahead and gives me for this one. Here is a Raikou. This one also took a little damage when I tried to get it out of the acrylic case. So this one got an 8 overall. I unfortunately... Yep, another screwdriver mark. I believe this one was down on one of the corners. Let's see here. There should be, if I remember correctly, oh yeah, there it is. There's a slight dent. I don't know whether you can see it there. It's right before the border. It's still on the card. It's hard to see. It's right above the eye and illustrated. So unfortunately, a little dent in the card that I took there, so I could see this one getting a knock on its grading. And then last card I have, this one's fun for me. It's sentimental. I think it's high in population, so it's not. This one's not a super valuable card, but I really like this Happy Birthday Pikachu, this Black Star promo card. It got a 9 from PSA. I really love how I had the, I guess, knowledge as a child not to write my name on the Happy Birthday Pikachu and leave it blank. So I'm glad this doesn't say Tony's Pikachu on it, and I left it blank. So I don't think this one's a high value card. It didn't look like that on the population report and the value report. But this one I really enjoy because I did actually get it on my birthday during the trading card game session. So to recap my cards, so I have the first edition Lugia. And that one was an 8.5 by HGA. The Unlimited Lugia, that one is an 8. And Typhlosion number 18 is an 8.5, first edition. The Typhlosion number 17 from the Neo Genesis set, 8.5. Raikou is going to be an 8, and this is one of the cards I dented along with that first edition, or that Unlimited Lugia. And of course, Happy Birthday Pikachu. So that one was a 9. We'll see what PSA gives me back as a grade. Now, again, that's going to be, that'll probably take me a couple months to get that information. So I'll upload a second video once I hear back from PSA, and I'll show you the grades that I get. And then we can have a comparison session on what my grades from HGA were compared to PSA. And again, I'm just starting out this journey, so if you would like to see more of this content, please encourage me by leaving a comment, liking, subscribing. That way I can make sure you're as involved as possible in this jersey to see what happens and see what kind of knock I get for damaging that Lugia as much as I did. So I'll see you in a couple months.